Yo guys, what's good? Welcome back to NCS Arcade. Today I'm joined by another Sam, and
Hey,
we've both just realised that we're in London, so we should be doing this in real life. But there's always next time. There's always next time.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we're going to be talking about the new release as well as an upcoming EP. It's as the time recording, just about a week away.
Yeah,
Let's do
pretty
this. All
much.
right.
Yeah, exciting, man.
Nothing to Hide is the new track. It's out now. For any of you that haven't heard the track already, it's going to be top link in the description, so make sure you go and listen to that. Can you just tell us a little bit about the story behind the track and how it came about?
Yeah, so it started out with just like a little beat that I made when I was at my girlfriend's house last Christmas actually, and I really like to drop the kind of simple, like quite clean kind of like sound in the drop, and I was playing around with it for a while, and I grabbed some vocals from Splice, and I just knew I had something cool there, like a nice little fun idea, but it took me about 3 or 4 months to get anything that I actually kind of vibed with. Um, but then I kind of sat on it for ages, and I sent it out to a few DJs, like Pauline Her put it in her Bitbird mix like 3 months ago, that kind of thing. And so I knew people liked it, but I wasn't I wasn't like 100% sold on it. So I kept working on it, and finally we sent it to you guys, and you guys liked it. So we decided to work together and put it out. So
Well, I mean, we're super happy to be able to put it out with you. It's a proper cool track. We listened to it on the NCS podcast that we started like a few months back, and
yeah.
we've had like a little section where we'll go through. You've probably seen it, and we just like listen to the demos, and like that was my first time hearing the track. So that reaction was
Ah,
completely genuine off me. The drop's so minimal but so effective. I love
yeah,
it,
yeah,
man.
yeah. It really is.
Was
It's
that an
like,
intentional thing of like let's just strip it back?
yeah, like it's something in my music I'm trying to do at the moment is, well, I say at the moment for the past kind of few months is keep it kind of minimal and clean. It's just a sound that I really like.
Mm.
Um,
There's definitely that
uh,
UK influence on it as well. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you probably saw we were trying to decide how to put it into a genre, and there's definitely like garage elements to it. But how would
yeah.
you define the track?
So the way I just sort of define my music would be like kind of pop, electronic pop. So I kind of always trying to keep that poppy aspect to all my music. So I think this is probably more of a garagey track, um, but I always want to have some kind of like catchy melody, catchy vocal or anything in it.
I think that's what really got me. Like that chop on the drop, it's just super infectious.
Yeah,
Groove, man.
and it's so simple. Like
Mm.
it's like I think it's two different phrases. I just try and keep it really simple and just spend ages on the simple bits just to try and make it work, you know.
When it comes to like actually starting a track, and whether it's with Nothing to Hide or you said the sound that you've been crafting over the past few months, have you got a go-to place that you like? I guess you start out with. Do you look at a drum loop? You said that this one started with a simple drum beat, or is it just whatever you're feeling at the time?
It's mostly whatever I'm feeling. I usually always start with the chords and the melody. Um, Chords mainly, just because to me, if they're not right, nothing else is going to be right with the track. And I know it doesn't. I'm not necessarily right on that, but I feel like I just kind of get in my own head. If the chords are like bad, I just won't move forward with the track.
I guess
But
it's like one of those things that if you've got a specific thing that you know is your like base for a track, and something that's
mm,
like with you and your chords, you're like, right, I'm gonna start out with these chords and see where it goes from there. Then it
yeah,
becomes a natural process, I guess, with each track to find those first.
yeah, exactly. So I always lean into like the feeling of the chords and like the harmonies and things. Um, Usually my harmonies are like super simple, to be fair, but even though they're simple, it doesn't mean that I've done them like quickly or like without like much thought.
So we touched on it earlier that you've got an EP coming out with us, which is super
Yeah.
exciting. With that being said, can you tell us about first of all how you decided, oh, this is going to be part of an EP. I want to make more of this, and also what the concept did with bringing all of these tracks together onto one project.
It's actually my first ever EP that I'm putting out, so I'm
Sick.
super excited. Um, Two of the tracks are kind of these garagey, simple kind of minimal tracks. So the second one in the EP is called If You, and it's quite similar to Nothing to Hide. In the drop sound is quite kind of like the same kind of vibe, but it's almost a little bit more kind of complex. The melody is a bit of like kind of choppy, and it's a bit more, leans a bit more into the garage kind of feeling. And the third track I made with my friend Wes Mills, who's from the States. He's an excellent songwriter, and he sent me this this kind of demo loop that he'd put together, and I thought, oh, that's brilliant. So we just rolled with it, and it's quite kind of, again, like a minimal kind of deep house. I don't know if you want to call it deep house, but that's kind of where you would probably put it in genres. But then the second half of that is still a bit more kind of garagey. So there's a whole kind of garage theme going through it. And I thought together the three tracks work quite nicely because they've got this kind of pop feeling, this UK garage feeling, this kind of minimal, melodic kind of like just sort of cohesion between them. And yeah, I think together they work quite nicely just as a package, so you can listen through them sort of back to back, and they flow quite nicely together, I think. And
I think that's like half of it when it comes to making a project or an EP, or even if it's just like a few tracks that you've been working on. I think if it's if you're in that mind state and you have that sound that you're creating, that natural flow seems to just fall into place, which then is good to package up together.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. All right, awesome. So talking about releasing with ourselves, with NCS having the new track out with us, where did you first hear about us, and how does it feel to be releasing with us?
I've easily known about you guys for like 8 years or something, and I'm 24 now, so I was pretty young, like when I first kind of came across NCS, and it kind of was, I mean, it still is like the go-to kind of place for that kind of like new electronic sound, and it's always like wicked tracks that you guys are putting out. You guys always have like new fresh tunes that I can just enjoy, and yeah, it's actually surreal, because I remember, I think I had Billy on Facebook years ago, and I always should see him, you know, posting the videos and stuff like that, and so I always thought, oh, that'd be so cool to get on there. So now it's finally happened. It's like a bit kind of like full circle, really. I think my 16-year-old self would be quite happy with this. I mean,
pat on the back.
24-year-old self is happy, but
no, yeah. we're super happy to have you on, man. And yeah, like I said, the tune's awesome. So make sure you guys are streaming that again. Top.
Yeah.
Let's rewind the clock a little bit.
Cool.
And I mean, I don't know, in terms of your musical journey, you say you as your job on the day-to-day, there's a lot of sound design, and then you've obviously got this artist project as well. Do you have like any key or like super fun musical memories of how along your journey, whether it's a show you've been to, an event, just that moment when you're in the studio and you find the right choice of chords? What really stands out to you in your journey so far?
I've always loved the live side of like this kind of scene, and as soon as I could, really, like 15, 16, I'll be going to shows. I remember seeing Dylan Francis and Porter Robinson and people like that, like years ago, and I just thought, oh my god, like I love it. Yeah, man, the live side of it has always been incredible, and like realizing that I could make these kind of tracks from like my bedroom and that kind of thing, it's always just been incredible to me. So like searching for that feeling of making these tunes which get me excited for like live shows and that kind of thing is really what I really enjoy. And even during the pandemic, not being able to go to like live events, and then the first events coming back, so like the festivals and things this year, it was just so incredible, like that feeling of just experiencing the like live music again and live electronic music, seeing people like Fred again, and that this year was just so good.
What's an amazing thing in not necessarily just our scene, but especially for like producer artists, is the fact that you can sit in your room and make this song that, depending on how the cards fall and where things go, getting played at these shows to hundreds of thousands of people. It's mind blowing, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can't wait to like start picking up shows again for myself. That'd be so good.
Yeah, that'd be so
wait
cool
to play all these new tunes out.
Yeah, man, we need to get that happening.
Yeah.
When you started out on your musical journey, I guess, like, what was the defining moment or defining moments that made you realize this is something that I want to chase, even if it's just out of the pure passion, like this is where I want to be looking.
That's exactly it. I think I just loved, well, I still do. But I remember when I first got into music production, I just loved like making tunes. Like there was nothing else that I ever wanted to do. Like literally, I'll be coming home from school or college, or whatever, just be on FL Studio, making like whatever was like popular at the time. Like I've made, you know, every genre under the sun. Just because I love exploring like new sounds and new production methods, and just listening to how other people have made tunes and recreating them, and watching Twitch streams and YouTube streams, like everything. Like I think, like you said, it's just a passion for it that I just want to keep pursuing, because I just there's nothing else I want to do when I get home. You know,
That's
and on the
awesome,
weekends, like I just, yeah,
I think
love it so much, man.
that's the best place that any career can come from or stem from, is just the pure passion, right? Of course.
Yeah.
All right, we'll round it off in the usual style that I do in these interviews, talking about the track that we're discussing today, which is Nothing to Hide. If you were to describe the track Nothing to Hide in one word, what would it be and why? I'll give you some time to think on it.
I think it sums it up today. I came in today, and one of the runners here today just goes, "Oh, Sam, your track is such a bop."
I think perfect.
Yeah, I think bop is good. Like
Bop is
just
perfect.
something to chill and vibe to, but like quite chill, but at the same time quite kind of vibey, you know.
Yeah, for sure, man.
That's kind of the sound I want to chase.
Bop is the perfect word.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, Nothing to Hide is out now, so make sure that you guys are going streaming that, as well as showing Sam Day some love on his socials. All of that will be in the links below, so you can go and follow and drop some likes and comments all over the Instagram, etc. Been an absolute pleasure to chat to you, bro. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, man.
No worries, and we'll see you in the next one of whatever it is on NCSR.
Yeah.
See you guys soon.
Nice one.
Peace.
Thank you very much, dude.